And you're on BKS1 Radio.
It's your girl Chanel, BKS1 Radio, and I'm here with the beautiful Garcelle Bouvet.
I'm paying you later.
Hey, I'm the queen of comedy, some more, and right now you're rocking with BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio Network. I'm here with the amazing Miss Tasha Smith. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. Thank you for coming out.
Yes.
I really appreciate it.
Hello, Denise Boutte. Hey, what's up? Shout out to BKS1 Radio. See you soon.
Brick City's finest, J.D. Williams. I'm in the Savage Podcast Studio, chilling at BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio. I'm here with the legendary Mr. Dick Gregory. How you doing today, sir?
Fantastic, brother, and thank you.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Jamie Foxx, BKS1 Radio. What's going on with you?
Storming on. This is George Dr. Funkenstein Clinton for BKS1 Radio. They be doing the dog, y'all.
Yo, this is Chris Spencer, and you're on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tuesday night, 9:15. You are now in the game. I am your host and sitting in the captain's chair, Oak Dog in the house. To my right, she is
Coach V.
To my left, he is
Short Fuse, a.k.a.
And we are here to talk and debate sports with you. How are you, Coach V?
Doing well, yourself?
I'm doing amazing. Ghost, how are you?
Good, man. Can't complain.
All right. You said you were going to come up with a new name last week. You got
I
any
haven't
candidates?
had a chance to think about it. I haven't had a chance to think about it. I got a couple of them thinking about, but I'll narrow it down.
All right. Well, we got a lot to talk about. You know, it's a busy sports time. You got the NBA playoffs. You got Major League Baseball. We got a battle going on in the Bronx. You got hockey playoffs going on. You got football talk still. You know, there's always
playoffs still going on.
Yeah, yes. Man, and it's good. It's good. Yeah. We'll get to it. The Washington
Devils
Capitals.
got knocked out. I stopped paying attention.
Huh?
Devils lost. I stopped paying attention.
Oh, okay. A big upset, and well, I won't call it an upset, but a milestone reached for a certain hockey team. But let's start. You know what? It's tough because there's so much to cover. I don't know where to begin. Let's start with Major League Baseball because that's the sort of regional sport. We're here in the tri-state area. Up in the Bronx Coast, we got the Boston Red Sox at 25-9. Yeah. The New York Yankees are 24-10. They're 17-3 in their last 20. They lost only one game in the last 16, including going 3-1 against the world champion Astros and sweeping the first place Cleveland Indians.
Yeah, and they swept the Angels, too.
Oh, they swept the Angels, too. Okay, so now we got the Bronx. I mean, they're battling for first place right now. What's the score of that game right now?
2-1.
2-1.
Yankees 2, Boston 1, going to the top of the 7th.
Top of the 7th. Both runs scored on Giancarlo Stanton.
Yes.
Solo
home runs.
Two solo home runs. Boy, when he hits the ball, he crushes it. Goes
one left, one to right. I think they both were almost line drive.
Well, the first one I saw,
the first one was a line drive, definitely.
It was 100. It had what they call the new stat or the new metric is exit velocity. Yeah. That's the new thing.
Amazing.
So yeah, they talk about his exit velocity. His exit velocity was 111 miles on the first home run. I think a couple of weeks when he first hit his first home run of the year, it was 117.
Yes,
which was one of the fastest exit velocities. At least that's what the announcer said. So it's I mean, he crushes it. He's a big dude.
Yeah, when he hits it, he doesn't cheat himself at all.
Any thoughts on the are we have any steroids performance enhancing issues?
Not yet.
No, why would we?
You know, I'm always suspect. I'm suspect of everybody.
He's been the same since he came in. I mean, and then
okay. You tell me.
Giancarlo Stanton, he's been big like that since high school.
He's been hitting home runs like that since he came in the league.
School.
Okay. But that doesn't mean he's not using HGH or any other performance enhancing.
I mean, everybody's using it.
I don't doubt it. See, for me,
I'm not going to just say one, so I'm going to say everybody's using steroids. So
I'm suspect of everybody.
Ask the question.
I'm suspect of everybody. So
because if he's not, then it's not respectful to him.
Well, it's not fair, and that's not his fault. But you know, and they say baseball has some of the most stringent testing and all that good stuff. But again, I don't know. So I'm always curious to say to myself, I wonder what's really going on here. But anyway, so we'll see how that pans out. The winner, if the Yankees win, they'll be tied for first?
Yes.
And if the Red Sox win, it'll be a 2-game lead. Obviously, you see my shirt. You know who I'm rooting for. Now, we're going to mix it up a little bit because there's a lot going on. Some of it is only tangentially related to sports. Ghost, did you happen to catch any of the pictures, Coach V, you as well, did you happen to catch any of the pictures of the Met Gala?
I saw some pictures.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of the Met Gala anyway because it's just weird.
What do you mean it's just weird?
The whole costumes and stuff he wears is just weird. I don't get it. I don't even know what the Met Gala is for.
That's the first thing. I don't know what the Met Gala is for. Like, what is it? Like, what do they raise? Are they raising money for a cause?
Yeah, I have no idea.
For the Metropolitan Museum of Art? I don't know what it's for. But I got to tell you, there was some interesting photos, and you know, it's athletes, entertainers,
yes,
movie stars. One of the most talked about pictures, and here's how I bring it full circle, was A-Rod was there, former Yankees baseball player. But one of the more talked about pictures, Ghost, I don't know if you caught that, was Tom Brady.
Right.
Oh, yeah, they showed his pictures.
Did you see that, Coach V?
Yeah.
Did you see that, Ghost?
Yeah, I saw I saw it flash across. I didn't stop and pay attention to it.
Mina Kimes, who works for ESPN, had a great tweet, and she said that Tom Brady looked like he was about to say to the audience, I want you to suspend your disbelief and believe in the power of magic. And folks, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google Tom Brady Met Gala. And somebody else told me, it just made me laugh. They said he looked like, look at this dude. He looked like a bad Scientology advocate. Wait, look at this dude. What is with that jacket, yo? The jacket is a black jacket. He had on a mock turtleneck. And the jacket has some gold embroidery on it. Going down the lapel with the slick back hair. You know, he's looking all smooth. Coach V, I'm going to start with you. What do you think of Tom Brady, the future Hall of Famer's outfit, his jacket, most notably? Do you have any thoughts, any impressions, any ideas on that?
I mean,
there's a better picture.
Yeah, so because they had him in the picture with his wife, and she was saying what she was saying. I'm just like, I guess it's not my style. I just
all right, Ghost. Would you ever rock a jacket like that?
I don't know if I would ever wear it. Depends on what the outfit is. But they all just dress weird to me, so it didn't stand out. It isn't any weirder than what the other people wore.
There you go.
Well, I don't know if it was weird. It definitely was different. If you check out some of the pictures, A-Rod had a nice black tuxedo, black shirt, black tie.
There you go.
I'm not with the black shirt. I don't know. I don't like the black shirt. I like more of a traditional classic tuxedo. That's just my style. I don't get into, maybe I'm not fashion forward enough or whatever people might say. Maybe I don't have any style. I don't know. The great Donald Glover was there, who hosted Saturday Night Live. He was wearing a purple tuxedo with a white shirt and a white bow tie. That's a little weird to me,
It's
too.
a little different.
Yeah.
And I think everybody just goes to be different and try to outdo each other.
And we're going to talk a little bit about Donald Glover, a.k.a. Childish Gambino, because he's in the news big time for his new video, This Is America. We're going to do a little bit of a sports/pop culture variety show, but we're going to have a little fun. We also got the great Jamal Murphy. You know Jamal Murphy, folks. He is a CBS Sports Local.com writer. He the co-host of Bros Pod, with the great Bill Rhoden, former New York Times columnist, author of The $40 Million Slave. And he's going to call in, give us a little bit of his insight on the NBA playoffs. And keep it locked, because I'm also going back to do another Bros Pod if everything works out. I've been invited back once again. I haven't messed up my seat there, so I'm looking forward to doing that in about, I think we're doing it on Friday. So Bill Rhoden's out of town, so I'm the pinch hitter, and we'll see how that works out. I hope it works out well. I always enjoy that show. And you can check that out on SoundCloud, iTunes, all that other stuff. It's Bros Pod, BROSPOD.
Seattle pitcher Jay Braxton. I don't know his first name.
Jay Braxton?
James Paxton.
James Paxton?
Has a no-hitter going against Toronto in the ninth innings. Top of the ninth. Seattle's up. He walked 3 batters, though.
Are they in Seattle?
They're in Toronto.
Oh, they're in Toronto. Okay. So keep us up to date on that. What's the score of the basketball game? Because I think Cleveland not Cleveland.
Over.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. Cleveland's
59, Jazz 48, third quarter.
Okay, so they're in the third. Looks like the Rockets going to cruise to a victory. Coach V.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk a little bit about basketball. I know you love basketball.
Yeah.
I always remind you, your brother Gregory played pro basketball.
Yeah.
Let's start with Stan Van Gundy. Stan Van Gundy was fired from Detroit. He was a former head coach and general manager, president.
Yep.
He had a 5-year deal that he signed 4 years ago, $35 million deal. Give me your initial thoughts on Stan Van Gundy. How do you feel about it? Well, let me correct that. More accurately, they agreed to mutually part ways.
Yeah.
Which means they was going to fire him, and they let him walk out on his own terms.
Exactly.
So, what are your thoughts?
Word on the street is they're gonna get rid of Dwayne Casey too.
Well, we'll get to Casey now.
Okay.
What do you think about Stan Van Gundy though?
Well, I mean, I can't say that I'm surprised.
Right.
I'm always a little, I don't want to say sad, but I always just feel like, dang, when somebody gets fired before their contract is up, because my feeling is, okay, you gave them that amount of time to do a job.
That's fair.
And who's to say that, next year or like next month, like whatever, something would have happened that would have turned the corner, but because you were impatient and chose not to wait, then therefore you may have lost out on something. But like I said, I'm not surprised. I get it. I understand it. And I'm sure he'll probably be someplace else.
Now, to your point, though, let me ask you this question. The follow-up question is, even though you give him 5 years, if you don't see something after 4, is it better to stick with that coach, or is it better to cut bait now and just say, look, we need to get started going in the correct direction sooner rather than later, and Stan hasn't done it in 4. Why are we going to give him another year?
That's a good point. And I think it really comes down to is that's where you have to, after every year, that's when you have that conversation where you sit down.
The exit interview.
You do that evaluation, and you want to make sure that, maybe the goal that you have set hasn't been reached yet, but that you are still trending in the right direction. And if you're trending in the opposite direction, like things are just, going downhill and there's no plan or no way to see that it's going to get better. Because sometimes things do have to go rock bottom. They have to crash. And even when you're in the process of something, you have to like totally stop, scrap it, and then, about face and redo what you have to do.
Right.
So that can happen, but I think that you still shouldn't get rid of a person unless you have that real conversation, that evaluation, and see which way where the trending is going. Is there a plan in place, and can you realistically
achieve that goal and what it's going to amount to? Because you don't want to continue to throw good money after
That's
bad.
True.
Ghost, what are your thoughts on Stan Van Gundy getting fired?
They basically been the same team. If I looked at the last 4 years' records, they've been within a 3 or 4 game difference.
Right.
So it's not like they got better, but it all depends on what kind of talent are they giving them to work with.
That's fair too. But he is he was the general manager and president. So whatever talent he got, he put together.
All right, when he's general manager and president, then they probably say he's not moving fast enough. But you got to give somebody a reason to want to go to Detroit. With the way the NBA is going now, players aren't going to go to a lot of cities. So you're gonna have a lot of these issues with general managers and presidents of basketball operations will be getting let go because players are just gonna go other places because they want to play with stars.
And see, that's the difficulty because, like you said, Detroit's not of all the what city? Give me the top 3 cities if you were an NBA player, Ghost, that you absolutely would not want to play in. If you had to think of 3 cities, and then conversely, give me the 3 cities that you would want to play in.
Now, as far as like cities to play in, or as far as where teams are going to play in, because
however you want to evaluate, you can pick the teams, you can pick the cities.
I'd go play in New York because New York City is great.
Okay.
I'd play in Miami because Miami's great.
Okay.
I wouldn't go to San Antonio because I don't want to live in Texas.
Okay.
But if I'm talking about how a team's direction they're going, then San Antonio would be one of the teams.
Well, you're the player and you're agent. We're getting ready to sign the big free agent contract. I come to you. I'm the agent.
Oh,
you're the
big
player.
free agent contract.
Yeah.
Whatever states don't have sales, don't have taxes, then we go there.
That's my man thinking right there because that's what I'm thinking first. I'm
gonna check Florida teams.
I'm looking at the Florida teams. I'm looking at the Texas teams.
Texas teams will be right there too.
Dallas, Houston, San Antonio.
But then it depends on what stage of your career. Early in career, yes. If I'm later in my career, you want to win. You got to look at how the team is trending, and how is Detroit going to attract a good free agent right now? When you have everybody saying, okay, well, I'm gonna go play with LeBron. Let's go to Golden State. You got the Sixers trending up now, so I might go there. So it's not like it's not easy. My issue is that they didn't draft well.
If you had any team you could play for right now, all things being equal, as they stand right now, you can sign a big year contract. What would you go with the Sixers?
Yes.
Wow, Coach V, what team would you play for?
You know me. You know where I'd go. I go to San Antonio.
San Antonio?
Of course.
All right, at least you're consistent. I got to give you credit for that. I'm not mad at you. You know, that's a good thing. I think. Oh man, let me think about this. If I was an NBA player, I'm going to play wherever LeBron plays. All things being equal, because I wouldn't want to go to Golden State because I feel like that'd be a sucker move. I'd just be going there for championships. I wouldn't want to go to Houston because I wouldn't want to play with Chris Paul because I think Chris Paul is a dirty player. And I'd like to play with LeBron if I was a player in the league. I think I would be happiest playing with LeBron. But like you said, it comes down to the money. It is a business. And if absent looking at those factors, and if I was thinking just strictly financial, I'm looking at Texas teams and Florida teams. The Heat, the Magic, and the 3 teams in Texas.
I like Philly because they're young, they're talented, and they're up and coming.
See, that's a team that I don't care how much money. I can't say that. But they'd have to pay me a lot of money to play for that team. I mean, a lot of money. They'd have to give me like that Supermax deal, just to put on that jersey and be like, give me an undershirt or something. I couldn't even put that jersey on. But I mean, so where were we? We were talking about free agents. Oh, I got another bracket too. This is gonna be a fun bracket. Did I save this one? I think I messed this one up again. Folks, we almost didn't have a show tonight. And callers, you can call in. The calling number is 646-233-1302. And one more time for the slow people, 646-233-1302. All right. I had a much better.
Shoot, got through a no-hitter.
Did he? Nice. What's the pitcher's name again?
James Paxton.
All right. I had a nice bracket. I'm going to try to fill it in as we speak, but I had a really nice bracket set up, and then I oversaved it. You ever do that when it goes on your phone? You try to save something and then you double save it, and you save the original version, and I mean an earlier version,
right?
Not the latest version. So that's what I did. And folks, I was about to go into a panic. I write an outline for every show, and I wrote my outline. I spent a lot of time on it so we could give you the best show possible. And then I messed up and saved an earlier version over top it. Now, fortunately, you know, the internet and the tools allow us to go back. It said it had a history. So I was like, whew. Otherwise, I was about to get on the phone and say, Ghost, I don't know what the hell we talking about. We can wing it. We can wing it, but I like to have a little more preparation. All right, so we're going to get back to that bracket a little bit later because it's a fun bracket. The bracket is called The Best Fruits, Ghost. The Best Fruits, Coach V.
Strawberries.
Whoa, easy. Just slow your roll. If you were seeding, where would you seed strawberries?
Number 1.
There'd be a 1 seed for you? Okay. Well, we'll see how that turns out. Now, in a little more basketball, we got the semifinal playoff rounds are coming to an end. One series is absolutely done. I think LeBron James really just wanted to get that done and say, hey, look, I'm tired. I want to go home and get me some rest. And he did exactly that. Ghost, talk to me about being a number 1 seed and losing a sweep, getting swept in the second round. And basically, last night's game, well, give me your first overall opinion of the Toronto Raptors.
The same thing I said to you before the series started. The same thing everybody else. They're going to Toronto. They do the same thing every year. Toronto plays well. It's not the first year they won. They were in number 1 seed and went down to a team that LeBron played. They do the same thing. They don't play well in the playoffs. Didn't shock me one bit.
You know, sad to say, I don't think it shocked anybody.
No, because everybody knew they were going to lose.
Everybody pretty much knew they were going to lose. And what did Pedro say back a few years ago when he was talking about the Yankees? The Yankees are my daddy. LeBron is the Toronto Raptors' daddy.
LeBron is the daddy of every team in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, but it seems like it's particularly.
Name one team that beat him in the playoffs.
Well, nobody, because he's been in finals 8 straight years.
He's the all-day daddy.
Coach V, your thoughts on Toronto Raptors getting swept, not even winning a game, and getting blown out by 35 last night?
It was just, I don't know. It was bad to see. It was like it hurt my eyes to look at it.
They got blown out last night, but the other games came down to last second shots. They lost two games on buzzer beaters, so they were close in those. Could have went either way.
True.
Last night, I just knew they were getting blown out because it was over. They had no motivation, not winning 4 in a row. So what? Just ended early. Go home.
I mean, they just kind of gave up, man.
I mean,
who cares?
Those games were close, but I never felt that they
in control.
Yeah, not even in control, but there was. I don't say.
I'm saying but they were in control, but they still were within 1 shot of winning.
They never looked like they were in. They believed it. Either they believed in themselves or they were playing with enough confidence to say, okay, we got this. Like, we're here. Now we're going to go ahead and take that next step forward. It just looked like, okay, we got here, and we close, but oh my God, no, I don't think we can like take that leap.
I like that the way you just said it. They never looked, and I'm going to agree with that. They never looked like they were confident and, like you said, saying, look, we're going to win this game. We are going to beat LeBron. It always looked like they were kind of tentative, even when they had the big lead in the first game and the Cavaliers came back. It looked like when the Cavaliers came back, and what was that? The first game, they had a last-second shot, and the third game, right, Ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah. So LeBron comes back, he hits a big shot. And then once they lost game one went to overtime, I'm sorry. And once they lost game one, it just seemed like they were like demoralized and kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, we just lost game one to LeBron again. Are we going down that same road? Is this really happening? Then they lost game two. And then they lose game three on a LeBron buzzer beater. Then it's like, well, by game four, like you said, Ghost, they just look like, man, go ahead, LeBron, just take it. We can't beat you. And that's embarrassing.
It is. That's why it was hard to watch.
Now, you spoke, Coach V, you spoke earlier quickly about Dwayne Casey. Give me your thoughts on Dwayne Casey.
Yeah, so today I was, me always watching my sports shows, got to keep on what's going on. And it was an NBA executives, of course, they didn't say which ones, report that Dwayne Casey is going to be fired. Now, they didn't say exactly when or, like I said, there was no name put to the story, but that's what it said on the ticker. Well, at the bottom of the, what was I watching? Around the Horn.
Okay.
So I'm just like, wow, because they had been talking about it all day today, and it's almost like it was talked into existence. So I'm just waiting to see if if it's actually going to happen, and it might be. And I think Dwayne Casey is a good coach, and I think that he gave it everything that he had, but it's just an instance where sometimes a coach can only take you but so far, and then now it's time to bring somebody else in to take you the rest of the way. It's not that person was bad or that person is like not competent, but it's just that they could only get you so far.
Right.
And now it's time for somebody else to.
Ghost, is that fair that Dwayne Casey might lose his job?
No, it ain't fair, but it's just the way sports goes.
He might be that Coach of the Year tag. If he wins Coach of the Year, like let's say Dwayne Casey, because they're going to do that NBA awards thing, right? Let's say the Raptors fire Casey, and in the NBA awards he gets Coach of the Year. Are you going up there to receive that award, Ghost?
Yeah.
Dope.
Really?
Dope.
That ain't got nothing to do with the Raptors. Yeah, I'm taking my award.
Yeah, right? Take it.
I'm still going to be able to go to my next team and say I was Coach of the Year.
Exactly.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of embarrassing? Like, isn't it kind of like, yeah, you the Coach of the Year, but you don't have a job, dog. You got fired from the job that you were allegedly the Coach of the Year, but you don't have a job.
But who does that say? Who's wrong for that then? If you're telling me he did the best coaching job in the NBA, but the organization fires him, then who's wrong? Who's the award voted on by? His peers?
Yeah, coaches. Yeah, and I think
so then he ain't got to worry about nothing at all when he goes to interview somewhere.
I think it's unfortunate because now my question. Let me back this up, Coach V. Let me speak to you on this because you said you saw he's going to get fired and you think it's unfair, and then I'll go to you go second. Is it that they didn't give him enough talent? He may be doing the absolute best coaching job. And factually, I mean, you could say they had 65 wins. What else? How many more wins do you want them to have?
They had 59.
They had 59? Whatever they had, they were one seed in the playoffs. And still, he couldn't get over the hump in the second round. He couldn't beat LeBron. Is it fair for him to lose his job? Because you could say, well, look, the Knicks and Patrick Ewing couldn't get past Michael Jordan. So it may just be that time that he's playing in a time. The Raptors are in LeBron's time, and they can't beat LeBron. Is firing going to matter?
Eventually, you got to say, if he's good enough to have his team win 59 games, and they play well for every year they play well, the players got to step up in the playoffs. Your big name players, Kyle Lowry and DeRozan, they got to step up in the playoffs. Somebody has to step up and help them.
I mean, DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry have And that's what they say. Who was I listening to today?
After those two, who's consistent?
Yeah, but they were saying that the playoffs. Oh, Brendan Haywood. He said the playoffs will expose you. They will expose your
Absolutely.
game. They will expose whatever flaw that you
Absolutely.
have. And listen, DeMar DeRozan, he has come out and said there are some things that issues that he has that bothers him. Some mental things as far as depression and anxiety.
Right.
And one cannot overstate how or underestimate how much of a factor like anxiety can play on a person when it comes to performing at the most clutch of times. And I'm sure he's doing whatever he can to take care, but it may take him some more time to get there. But then you look at, okay, just skill set. Okay, what are we looking at in terms of skill set? All right, with DeMar DeRozan, as good as he is, as a player, he still does not have a 3-point shot, and he needs to get one. He needs to get one. So basically, they've been winning all these games with no real legit 3-point shot. And as much as I've always thought, well, listen, you can't just rely on a 3-point shot. I know it is needed in today's NBA. And to have your shooting guard who does not, almost is like, is allergic to the 3-point shot. Is like
it's
it's
unacceptable, and it can't happen in today's league.
If you're going to have that, you need to have another guard, or other shooters that going to take his place. Like in Houston, Chris Paul is not known as a 3-point shot. He has a great mid-range game, but there's also a lot of other 3-point shooters there, like James Harden, Trevor Ariza. Who else? Shoots the 3 down there. Not Clint Capella. He's inside.
I'm looking at the team as a whole in general. DeRozan averaged 22.7 points per game.
Okay.
He shot 43% from the field. Lowry averaged 17 points per game.
He needs to do better.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is.
Valanciunas.
He averaged 14 points per game. You had 3 people in the top 40 on Toronto. That's the only people in the top 40 in the playoffs for Toronto. Other teams have a lot more players up there. They're not consistent enough around those two.
But see, then that brings me back to my original question. Should Dwayne Casey lose his job because the GM didn't give him enough talent to win? They just don't have enough talent.
You shouldn't lose your job if you're coach of the year.
I think Dwayne Casey did what
the best he could with what he had.
But what the owners wanted. They wanted him to change the offense, which he did. They wanted him to change the culture, reset the culture, which he did. So he's done what you've asked him to do. The only thing that he hasn't done is get past LeBron James. And like you said, is it just that you happen to be playing in a time where LeBron James is there?
Yeah, I think it's just unfortunate for them.
That's the case. A lot of coaches who lost their job when Mike was in the league.
Yep.
And who was coaching them? Pat Riley?
Pat Riley was there. Chuck Daly, but was he on his way out after they beat the Pistons?
Right.
I forget who was coaching the Celtics at the time.
What's the score of that Utah game? I hear Utah's on a 21-6 run.
71-68.
71-68. Utah trying to keep it alive. Donovan Mitchell is fun to watch. Shout out to my boy Dougie D out there watching the game. Yeah, I just think it's unfortunate for him to come to a position where he's probably going to lose his job for a team that he coached well. They just simply don't have enough talent, and they're running into the buzzsaw that is LeBron every year. What can you do to that? What are you supposed to say? DeMar DeRozan didn't even play in the fourth quarter of Game 3. So, I mean, whether he's suffering from anxiety, and I feel for him, I do not make light of that. But you have to say, listen, it's unfortunate if you can't do your job. You need to get the help you need to get, and I respect that. But that doesn't help the fans of Toronto, and it doesn't help the Toronto Raptors as an organization win ball games. He didn't play. There were a couple of games where he didn't play particularly well. He missed some shots. I think he was like 0 for 3 from the 3-point line, 1 for 3 from the 3-point line. And he was, you said he had a good 3-point shooting year. So like you said, the playoffs will expose you. They'll bring out, and it's mostly because, you got to play the same team over and over again, and they're going to find your weakness. It's not like the regular season, folks. Regular season basketball, to me, is like preseason basketball. It's entertaining. It's fun. And it matters. But now is when it really counts, to me. Ghost, how do you feel about the regular season in NBA?
I don't watch it.
I like watching it. I watched a lot more of it this year than I had in previous years.
I watched absolutely none.
None? Have you watched the playoffs?
Game here or there.
Yeah?
Because the NBA is boring to me.
Really? Why?
Because the same two teams going to be in the finals.
Yeah.
So what's the excitement about it?
I like to see the stories. I like to see how guys play. I like to see where guys are trending, like Coach V said. Is LeBron playing well? Is he struggling? Are the Cavs playing well? Because the Cavs, they struggled in round 1. They buzzsaw it through round 2. They're going to get some rest. Now let's talk about the Celtics and the Sixers before we go to break. Coach V, give me your thoughts on the Celtics and Sixers. As the Sixers stay alive, they look like they were going to get swept. Looks like Brad Stevens was going to get to LeBron early, but the Sixers said not so fast.
Right. Yeah, I think good for the Sixers. You know, they showed fight, but I do think the Celtics are going to win it in 6.
Ghost, what do you think?
I think the Celtics are going to win it because it's going to be hard for them.
No, 5.
It's going to be hard for them to come back and
5,
win 4
5.
straight. I'd want the Sixers to do it. I'd love for them to do it, but it ain't going to happen.
Now, Ghost, there was some thoughts. There was something going on in the game when I thought about you. Who was it? It was Joel Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking trash to Marcus Morris.
Yeah.
And he was pointing at his head, you know, saying, we in your head, we in your head. And Marcus Morris kept going like this.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about that?
I love it. I mean, both players, it's the game. Just talk. People talk all the time. That's Joel Embiid's way he plays all year.
Right.
So, and if he's getting you to react, then it's accomplishing exactly what he wants.
Right. Right. And he sort of just did what he was supposed to do. He kept his composure. He kept saying, hey, look, we up 3-0. So don't talk to me about what you're doing. You know, we're up 3-0, and they're going back to Boston, where they are undefeated at home.
It's going to get
in these playoffs.
It's going to get real interesting if Philly go up there and bring another one.
Do you think they can win?
I think they can win. Then it gets 3-2. Then all of a sudden now people get a little tight because now you come back to Philly.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Sixers won 52 games, and Coach V had it right. The Raptors won 59 games. The Celtics 55. I was thinking of the Houston Rockets that have 65 wins going up against the 48-win Utah Jazz. That game's getting a little bit tight. Keep it locked. We'll keep you updated on the scores on that. It's 78. The Jazz have actually taken the lead, 78-75 at the end of the third quarter.
Go Jazz! Don't let me down.
What is your connection with the Jazz, Coach V?
I don't really have one, but I'm just here
for Utah. There's no way you could have a connection.
I am just here for the shenanigans because when they beat them in game 2, I was like, yes. I just wanted some fight. I just want someone with some fight.
The Yankees about to try to blow this game. It's 2-2 tied at the bottom of the 7th. Boston tied it up. Who's up, Ghost?
Yankees are up.
Yankees are up. Man on second.
Yeah.
Okay. So keep us posted on that, Ghost, if you don't mind. And then later on tonight, you got the Golden State Warriors against the New Orleans Pelicans. That should be a sweep. The Pelicans just don't have enough talent.
It's not a sweep. The
Pelicans won. Oh, I forgot about that. Wait a minute. Jeez, I didn't even realize that. I thought it was 3-0. So what do you think about that?
Nothing. I mean, Golden State's going to win. It's like just write them into the finals, man. It's boring.
That's why I thought they swept them, because I thought they were going for the sweep. Coach V, your thoughts on Golden State against New Orleans?
Man, I was hoping for some more. Now, the Pelicans, they fight. I'm not going to take anything away, especially when you got somebody like Rajon Rondo, got playoff Rondo there. And but I think that Anthony Davis needed to be play a bigger role, to be more aggressive.
What else could he do?
It don't even matter.
Right. I mean, he really don't have enough weapons.
It don't even matter who goes up against them.
Yeah, you're right, because they got 4 all-star. But
you got potentially 4 Hall of Famers on that squad.
Yeah.
They can sit 2 of them
and still
come back and
the Hamptons 5. But what I think it also pointed out is a lot of people were saying that if you listen to the talk radio, that the Pelicans are a lot better. They play a better game, or they're better without DeMarcus Cousins. But what I think is that maybe not necessarily what this has shown is that the Pelicans need more firepower. Like, if you're going to beat a Golden State who has 4 potential Hall of Famers, you're going to need more scoring than just maybe a big 2 or big 3. You need you need a 4 and a possible.
And like spades?
Yes, exactly.
It's not enough out there to do it.
You're right. It just isn't. There's
not enough quality players.
Exactly. That can score like that. Because you have people, that can like that can Golden State that can score off the bounce. You know, they can catch and shoot. I mean, the movement of the ball. I mean, it's just like a lot of people try to play like Golden State. I mean, but you just don't have enough firepower, except for maybe the Houston Rockets.
All right, yeah, I believe you. I don't think, Ghost, you said pencil them in for the finals already. You don't think Houston, if they beat Jazz, has a chance to dethrone the Golden State Warriors?
They got a slim chance. There's gonna have to. You're gonna need people. You're gonna need more on Rockets to step up every night to be consistent.
You can't have an off shooting night.
You're gonna have the Warriors are gonna have 3 of their people on. Even if they don't, let's say Curry. Let's just say Curry and Durant are on, and they both score in the 30s. Okay, that's 60. Right. So what do you need from Green and Thompson? 10 apiece?
Yeah, exactly. I was
so
about to say 10, 12.
And then I mean, it's just ridiculous, man.
Do you think that team's hurting the league or helping the league?
I don't know if they're hurting the league. I mean,
well, because you just
take
said
less money. I mean, because people are still watching. Because people like to watch it. I personally don't like to watch it.
Right.
There's people. It's not losing anything. People
but I'm saying there probably are more people like you than you think to say, hey, look. You know, I know who's going to be in the finals. It's really, the storylines are really not that captivating for me, and just don't watch it.
Yeah, probably won't watch it till the finals.
And why would you watch the finals? Because
if it's LeBron's in it, you're watching it because of LeBron.
Okay, Coach V, what do you think? Golden State hurting the NBA or helping?
I don't think Golden State per se. I think it's the lack of, enough, like Go said, enough quality players spread amongst the teams that make it so you keep getting the same people. Listen, I take nothing from LeBron. He is amazing. He's doing amazing things. But I'm tired. I'm like, dude, I'm LeBron'd out. Like, show me somebody else. That's why I like to see games where, that series, like there's some fight. Like, oh my God, somebody could actually possibly do it. Because I'm just tired of seeing you.
Really? That's funny because I never get tired of LeBron. I'm never tired of LeBron. I want as much LeBron as I can get in terms of watching him play.
He wears me out.
Does he? Why?
That drama, all that stuff. I like, dude, come on. We know you the best player. We know you work hard because that's what it takes to get there. All right? You're not fooling anybody. You're not bringing anything new to it as far as what it takes. We know this. All right? So just play the game and be good. Like, stop all this stuff.
Well, hold on. We're going to get back to that. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break, folks. Keep it locked, WBKS1. And then we'll talk more LeBron for Coach V. We're going to talk about the drama. We're going to talk about a little drama in an NFL. One of a 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterbacks throwing a bit of a temper tantrum. All-time great retiring. And we're going to talk some cheerleader drama, some serious cheerleader drama.
Yeah, I heard about
so keep it locked, WBKS1.com in the game Tuesday night. For your best sports talk on the internet. Keep it locked, folks.
Like my mother saying, nobody thinking about you.
Welcome back. WBKS1.com in the game Tuesday night. To my right, she is.
Oh, Coach V.
Oh, Coach V. Let's call her Coach V. To my left, he is
Short Fuse, aka the Ghost.
The Ghost in the building. I'm O-Dog in the house. We are here talking. It's the livest, best sports talk show you're going to find anywhere on the internet. So keep it locked here if you love sports. Callers, you can call in. The calling number is 646-233-1302. All right. Don't forget, at the bottom of the hour, we got the great Jamal Murphy calling in. We're going to talk some playoffs with him, see what his assessment. He covers the New York Knicks. He covers the Brooklyn. Oh, hold on. Oh, let's check it out. We got an old school call. What is going on, my man? State your name, where you calling from.
Hey, this little homie, man.
What's up, little homie? Where you been, brother?
It's been a minute, man.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yo,
I'm trying to find y'all, man.
Yo, glad to have you back. Yo, this is an old school member of the family, little homie in the house.
Buffalo fan.
Yeah, man. We missed you, brother.
Yes,
Thanks for coming back. Yo, tell us what's on your mind tonight.
Hey, man, just wanted to say I'm not happy about there's a couple of things. My Celtics are doing their thing. I made sure I let Augie know about that. I'm a little upset at my team for trading away like 6 picks to get 2 guys. One of them happened to be a racist, but other than that, everything's all good.
Now, who specifically are you talking about?
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Oh,
the quarterback.
Yeah, Josh Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
he had some tweets.
Yeah.
He had
now,
some...
he had some tweets. Now, let me ask you a question, little homie. Those were when he was 14 and 15.
Hold on. Oh, Brett Gardner walked, folks. He didn't make it out. Way to go.
Wow.
Yes.
That's rough, Ghost. Damn, you hard on the brother. Now, let me talk to you about this. Those were when he was 14 and 15. I'm not saying that makes it right, but does he get a bit of a... Not a pass, but a little bit of an understanding. It was 4 years ago. He's a much different person, presumably. He's a much more mature person. He said he knows it was a mistake. He takes full responsibility for his actions, yada, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. As a Buffalo Bills fan, how do you feel about that?
Me personally, I feel like anybody that says it, you're grown, you're an adult, you're a kid, whatever, the context of the word, you get a pass regardless because you're free to do whatever you want in the country.
Okay.
However, you don't get any kudos from me until you do something like show that you're actually trying to do different. Like you could have changed those tweets or deleted those tweets at any point in time, but when it was going to cost you spots in the draft and basically money in your pocket, now you're all contrite about it. I don't buy that.
So you said
there was a monetary value in that. So do something in the black community. If you look at Buffalo and the way that their unemployment is and the poverty level of the black community in that area and the wealth distribution, wealth distribution basically in this country is horrible. But in places like Buffalo where it's industrial, where they used to be industrial city, they don't really have a bustling business market or technology sector. It's very difficult for opportunities in those areas. So you getting paid now. You made a mistake, which was disrespectful to the black community. Do something for the black community. Be involved in the city. That's how you win my approval.
That's a great point, but sadly, and here I hate to say it, well, you know what? It's not a matter of whether I hate to say it or not. I'm here to talk the truth and give my opinion openly and honestly because I feel like I can do that inside these walls. And if you don't like it, hey, I don't really give a F. That you don't have to like my opinion. Not you specifically, but the viewers. We can disagree. We can disagree respectfully, and we can have an open discussion, an open debate about it. And so and I've had debates about race with Josh, and talking about Des Bryant. I said, is it possible that you don't understand that black man?
Oh no, he don't understand him.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying my perception of what he does and how he acts is different.
Nobody technically understands anybody because you've never walked
Very
through his
true.
life or you don't know anybody's background.
Very true.
But now, as far I don't know exactly what his tweets were, but like I said, he could have got rid of them. I'll say because you're 14, you're 15, I'll give you
a bit of a pass.
A bit of a pass.
Okay.
But also like you said, he could have deleted them a long time ago. And I'm shocked that they weren't found because you do know like once you start getting once you start getting a little status and people say no, you usually have a team of people that says, look, What have you ever done? Now they got teams who go through your social media and try to pull up posts, pull up tweets, pull up all stuff, and try to clean it out before it happens. It wasn't a smart move. I think he needs to stand up in front of the whole team, and explain what happened or what he felt, and then get their approval inside the locker room first, and then go out there and produce.
Well, first things first. The reason why Josh Allen didn't drop that far in the draft is because, and I've heard other analysts say this, talking heads, what do you want to call them, those teams knew. The teams knew.
Yeah, everybody knew.
They already knew. Every team that was in the top 10 that had a chance of getting Josh Allen, they knew. And that tells me that the NFL does not care about the black community, little homie. The NFL doesn't care. The NFL does not care.
We know that anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway, from
Colin Kaepernick. They've proved they don't care about the black fan. Okay? They care more about their white fans and their white fan base. And that's, on some level, as a business, you understand that because, in large part, the people buying those tickets, first of all, the country is predominantly white. Black people only make up 12, 13%. Hold on, guys. Hold on. The season ticket holders that fill those stadiums, buy those beers, buy that paraphernalia is predominantly white. But it doesn't mean you get to disregard completely the black fan. And that's where I have a problem with the NFL, because I don't feel like they do enough outreach, enough community service in the black community, like you said, little homie, to make me believe that they care about me as a fan. If I leave, they don't care.
When 80% plus of your workforce is African American or of African American descent, it's a travesty that the NFL does this.
Absolutely.
And that just lets you know it's about dollars. And at the bottom line is, just like they did with Kaepernick, I don't care that you have a big arm, I don't care that you're 6'3", and I don't care that you can run. I'll find another black boy who is poor and coming out of school and wants to make some money, and I'll pay him because he's gonna do what I tell him.
Exactly. And
how dare you take a stand against how dare you upset or cause white tears when black tears are just fine.
Just look at how the NBA handles players who stand up for social justice compared to the NFL.
Oh, it's completely different. And you remember the Riley Cooper, again, you go back to Riley Cooper. Riley Cooper was in a stadium at a concert talking about, I'll F all y'all N-words up. And he still went back to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yep.
And nobody said nothing. He didn't get any discipline. He wasn't suspended. But meanwhile, Colin Kaepernick said, hey, listen, excuse me, can police stop killing unarmed black African-American men? Can we just stop that? And I want to bring attention to that cause. And they ostracized the man.
And they're doing it to Eric Reed now.
They're doing it to Eric Reed. And that's the real travesty for me.
But are we so...
And go ahead.
But are we so shocked? Because, again, capitalist entities, their job is to make money. Their job
makes money.
Hold on, but I'm just saying, their job in and of itself, capitalist entity, their job is to make money. They're not thinking about emotions, feelings, or anything like that. However, as we have evolved, we say, okay, if you're going to be a part of this community, you need to have some sort of social conscience.
Sure.
In terms of that. But are we surprised? Like, I'm not. I'm just like...
I'm surprised because of what little homie said.
I don't think we're surprised. I just think I think that as a community, as a people, we're angry. And what's worse than angry is that we don't have the power financially, and we don't have the power in numbers to even force a change, which leads to all sorts of other issues and all sorts of other backlashes of behavior, because I as a black man feel helpless.
And it's interesting to me because I really thought the NFL missed an opportunity where they could have done some real positive work and really made a big cause of it and said, hey, look, we want to get in these communities and help these young men grow because they are our workforce and because that's where we draw from in large part.
Hold on, Bud Knocker.
Hold on, Knocker. But they made a decision to go in the other direction. And really, Bomani brought up a great point, and I've heard him say it before. It's a slap in the face to white people because they're basically saying, we don't believe you white people can handle race issues. We don't believe you care. And whether or not they do or don't, the owners have taken it upon themselves to say, we think our white fan base is a little too sensitive to talk about race issues. The country that elected a man of color president. But they don't even trust their own fans to be progressive enough to say, hey, look, we think that's a valid social cause, and we can get behind that as well, because the killing of anybody that's unarmed, we live in a country where it's supposed to be based on justice. You're presumed innocent until proven guilty, but these young men are being shot, and something needs to be done about that so we can all live in a better world. And that's the thing that strikes me as odd. Knocker, what's going on? State your name. We know who you are. 909, where you calling from? Talk to me, Knocker.
I thought I saw maybe
You're breaking up, Knocker.
You're breaking up, Knocker. Stand up. Put your left foot up. Hold your hanger a little bit higher. Are you outside in front of the house? Don't go in the back. Stand on the hood. We still can't hear the great Bud Knocker, West Coast of Philly out there. Can you hear us, Knocker?
Yeah, can you hear him? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you a little bit better now.
Well, now I'm at the corner across from my house. I'm 200 yards from my house.
All right, you sound a little bit better. I'm going to tell you like you tell me. Get off that Boost Mobile, man. Get off that burner phone.
Right? Get off the burner phone, right? I only work for AT&T. You got to have some sort of privileges.
He works for AT&T, right? He's still got a crap service.
Oh, wow.
What's up, Knocker? How you doing tonight? Hey, listen, we're all over the map tonight. We're having a little fun. We got a little serious, but that's the way it is. Sometimes you got to, sports and politics and life overlap.
Yeah,
talk to me.
We also got a little homie on the line.
We got a little homie, old school caller coming back.
Been with us from day one.
Absolutely. We appreciate that.
Cool.
What's little homie?
Yeah. I'm a hold and listen.
Okay.
While y'all do y'all thing.
All right, Knocker, talk to me. What's on your mind, brother?
Nothing, man. I'm going to see what's going on. Haven't talked to you at this golf tournament, and really had a good time with that. And good to see you and Trish out here, and everything went well. The party after party went really well. So
absolutely,
everything's good, man.
And I watched the. I wish you guys had told me, because I watched the Monday show you guys did last week on YouTube. And check them out. It's if you go to Real Josh Pacheco or Josh Pacheco, go ahead, goes.
Rockets took the lead, 97-91, 5 minutes left in the fourth.
Okay, you got on Josh Pacheco on YouTube. Check out sportscastlife.com. They do great work, and I love the idea of next year getting the sumo suits or the big boxing gloves or both, and we can hammer it out, man.
I'm still all about that. Just put the ring up, get the sumo suits.
I can't wait for that. Gloves. I'm so looking forward to that. You got me counting the days already, man. Because Josh and I, we go back and forth a little bit. We did a show out there after the golf tournament. It was great. You can check us out on Josh's feed. It's sportscastlife.com. They come on Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock East Coast time, 6 o'clock West Coast time. I got that right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Now, Knocker, let's jump back into a little bit of basketball. Give me your quick thoughts on the NBA, where we stand. Talk to me about LeBron and what they just did with the Raptors.
Well, I wasn't on the, so to speak. I just was still a little reserved, but watching him do this tournament, absolutely one-handedly carry this team to victory over a pretty good Raptors team was absolutely incredible. You just can't deny. His athleticism, his being able to step up into the moment, draining shots at the end of the game, blocking shots on hustle plays at the end of games. What can you say? He's right there. But you sent out that thing on I think it was the 30 points, something rebounds or something like that. The top four, we're Michael and Derek West and Robertson. And I had to come in on that because the Oscar, they did that with only 2 rounds of playoffs. They did that without, the response.
I understand what you're saying. You're breaking up. He's saying they did it with fewer rounds of playoffs, and we have more opportunity, basically, is what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
Who I'll give the series, who really helped the series out a lot, because LeBron's gonna do LeBron. He's gonna go out there and give you his points and his rebounds. Kevin Love stepped up.
He did.
Finally, after game one. He's been playing hurt for a while. Maybe he's finally getting back healthy. But now you have a consistent number 2 scorer. You have in the last 3 games, you had a consistent number 2 scorer. Where before it was like, okay, you got LeBron, but who else is going to step up? And they weren't consistent enough, which I think is going to be their downfall when they get to the finals. Because I don't even care who they play next round; it doesn't matter.
Now, Knocker, it looks like the Rockets are going to close out the Jazz tonight, so setting up presumably a Rockets-Warriors West Coast final. Give me your quick thoughts on that. Who do you see coming out? Do the Rockets have enough to take down the mighty Golden State Warriors?
In a word, no.
In a word, no.
No,
Short and sweet.
I mean, it's simple as that. I mean, you can perk it up. You can write all you want. You can pump the Rockets up if you want, but they're still not as good as the Warriors. Warriors are going to change in 6 games. That's just the way it is, man. They're just a better team and better all around, deeper bench, and that's what's going to happen.
Yep. Because I had somebody say, "Oh, well, the Rockets beat them in the records." I said, "Beating them one time every 4 months is a lot different than beating them 4 times in 2 weeks." It's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's very difficult in the series because teams make adjustments. They get better. They know your tendencies. They're breaking down tape on a much better basis. There are no off nights.
And they don't have enough consistent scores after Harden. After that, you have 4 consistent scores on Golden State.
Do you think it's going to be an interesting series, Ghost?
It'll be interesting.
Coach V, you think it's going to be interesting?
I hope so.
Who do you have coming out of Golden State Rockets, and how many games?
Golden State in 6.
6. Ghost, who you got? And how many?
I'm going to say Golden State. And yeah, I go 6.
Knocker, who do you have? You obviously said Golden State. How many games you got it going?
Excuse me.
Oh, 6 games. I give Houston a couple of games there, but there's no way they're going to beat them for. It's just not going to happen.
All right, I hate to cut you off, Knocker, but your phone's a little cracking. Give your short shout out before give your short shout out before we let you go, brother.
All right. Well, I'm wearing my Rutgers Nation shirt right now. I'm gonna start on the next show.
Oh, you wearing your Rutgers shirt?
For that, got my Nation shirt. But yeah, we do our show every Wednesday, 6 to 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. It's called Sportscast. You can find us on sportscastlive.com. But I just wanted to check in with you. I hadn't talked to you since the tournament.
Yes, sir.
Love you guys. Love what you do. And
I got a question for you, Knocker.
Let's keep in touch and let's keep this thing going.
Absolutely,
I got
brother.
a question
for
you. You got your Rutgers shirt on, you said?
No, I got it on right now, and I'm going to wear it on the show tomorrow night. So,
that's why your signal bad if you got a Rutgers shirt on. Because they can't.
Oh!
The Rutgers players can't catch a ball. They can't catch a signal. Everything.
Just not enough power.
Yeah, not enough power, man. They a little weak.
Shirt. I got you.
So you might want to put on a USC shirt or something else.
Right, let's step up to the next level. Let's go a level higher than the Scarlet Knights. Okay,
let's step
I'm
about
on that.
Step
I'm
about
on that. But check us out
step
tomorrow,
about
man.
the little
Hope
league.
to hear from you tomorrow, guys. Love you all. Have a good night.
All right, brother. Thank you, man. Sorry to cut you off, but that sound was a little bit bad. But I'll talk to you tomorrow night. I'll give you a ring. Shout out tomorrow night. That's the great Bud Knocker. They do great things. Check them out, Sportscast Life. I love hanging out with those guys. We're going to have some good fun next year as well. Little homie, Golden State, the Rockets, who you got, and how many games?
I would say Golden State in 3, but I'm going to just go with Golden State in 5. I'll give the Rockets 1 game. But they stink, man. I'm not going to say they stink, but you got to be able to play some type of defense. You can't just outscore everybody. D'Antoni's a terrible coach.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
If you look at the
they
stats,
do play defense.
They play a little better defense than Golden State. They only give up 103 points, and I think Golden State gives up 104, if I'm not mistaken, over the season. But they just don't have enough firepower. That's my whole thing. Is they're not going to have enough firepower to do it. So neither one, no team in the league plays great defense anymore.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even about
the
defense.
Rockets give up 103. Golden State gives up 10. We're gonna round it up, 104 at 108. So they basically both the same defensively teams, but they're just not going to be able to score.
Now, homie, let me ask you this before we let you go, bro. You don't think that D'Antoni was ahead of his time?
No.
Really? And the league is just catching up with him. Wasn't D'Antoni running this in Phoenix? He tried to run it in New York. He didn't have the personnel. And now he's finally got the personnel where he's successful in Houston. He's got James Harden be the best assist leader.
What's he won with this?
Golden State won with it.
I was waiting to throw that in
big moments, right? No, Golden State can play defense in big moments, and they have somebody who goes out there who can shut them down. So in big moments, they do.
You
play.
have
they might not
guys
play
that
all
will
across.
get stops.
All right.
I agree. I mean, I agree with you on that. Golden State might not play defense the whole game, but in big moments, they can play defense when they really want to.
Hey, little homie, let me ask you quick.
Klay Thompson is a defensive player.
That's true.
Kevin
That's
Durant can play defense. Kevin Durant can turn it on when he needs to.
That's true.
Draymond Green is a defensive player, agitator. You got Pachulia
Iguodala.
coming off. Iguodala's a defensive player. I mean, they got guys, man.
They said something about Iguodala. I started cracking up because I guess the coach mentioned him, saying he reminds him of Scottie Pippen, right?
Ooh, no.
So then,
Iguodala, wow.
So
why did he do that?
So yeah. So then in the interview, they mentioned it. Iguodala was like, "Yeah, we talked about it. We mentioned it before. This and that." He said, "Well, I think he was a little better defensively." And I just stopped listening. And then he said, "My game was more rounded offensively." And I was sitting there and I was like,
"Really?
What?"
I was like,
Wow.
first of all,
you done messed
and
up.
I was like, first of all, whatever this coach's name is, the one who riding off of Mark Jackson's coattails.
Steve Kerr.
Oh, Steve Kerr.
Yeah. First of all, you're disrespecting the top 50 player of all time.
Absolutely.
Iguodala won't even sniff the top 200.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly.
Scotty had an offensive game. Scotty shut down big players. He shut down two guards. He shut down small forwards, power forwards. His defensive game is 10 times better than Iguodala's. And I'm not saying Iguodala's bad. Iguodala's good defensively for right now, but Scotty was one of the all-time great defenders.
I agree with you
And
100%.
and also let's not forget Pippen played with the greatest player of all time. So
Now you just
he had to
talk
play
crazy.
second fiddle. I mean, come on now.
The greatest player of all time
Let's-
still
let's-
playing. Greatest player of all time still
The
playing.
great.
LeBron James. LeBron James. You
That's
heard me.
gonna be the debate to
Well,
end
we're
all
gonna agree to
debates.
disagree on that.
Okay, that's fair.
I feel like if you take flagrant fouls away and you allow hand checking, a lot of LeBron's game goes away. A lot of it.
Well,
Jordan averaged 30 plus.
I am
Yeah,
glad to have you
with those
back
rules.
because I need that. I need some more banter. I need you to call back next week. I need you to keep calling, baby.
I will say this. LeBron is one of the players who I think game could translate to back then because he's just big and
Big,
contact
strong,
really
and
didn't
powerful.
stop him.
Absolutely.
But I don't.
Yeah, and he hit the ground real hard. With Charles Oakley or Xavier McDaniel.
Oh, come on, he'd go through
or
Charles Oakley.
Bernard
Charles
Maxwell,
Oakley.
one of those guys decided to tackle him.
Charles Oakley is 240.
They will foul him hard. I'll give you that. But
And he'd have to stop crying.
Yeah. LeBron's a whole different size, and that's
what
why I
I'm
don't like the
saying.
comparison.
If you cry about a cramp or your finger, or
you know what?
I mean,
I'm not going.
What was he gonna
I'm not
do in the
dissing
90s?
Nobody in cramps.
Really?
Yeah, because cramps ain't no joke.
Yeah, I'm not going to diss nobody in cramps. Cramps are crazy.
my sound effect? Am I not in?
No, you're on. These must have been on your
know.
end. You got the speaker muted?
Yeah, I think I got it up. Live radio, folks. It ain't working anyway. I got to check that.
You plugged into the headphones?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's live
Something
radio, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me
Must
see.
be-
Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, I can't get anything. All right. Whatever. I'll fix it later.
And plus, I mean, the comparison is crazy to me because
there
they're
we go.
different size. LeBron's 6'9", 260. The Jordan was 6'6", and he played the two guard. LeBron don't play the two. It's small four. I mean,
So wait, who do you
it's a
think is the
thing.
greatest player again, little homie?
I gotta go with Mike, man. 6-0. Nobody's put up numbers like that. I mean, this guy,
That's what I say about that. Hey, we appreciate the call, man. Keep it locked, WBKS1. Give us a call back next week, man. I want to hear more. We can have that debate about Michael. But before you go,
Definitely.
have you seen that Childish Gambino video, This Is America?
I loved every second of it.
All right, I wanted to get your quick opinion on it. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in the later evenings of the show. We got a guest calling in about 5 minutes, so we got to take a quick break. But thanks for the call, brother. We do appreciate the support.
No doubt.
All right, little homie, man. Keep it locked and call back, man.
Definitely.
All right,
No doubt.
folks. Shout out to Little Homie,
All
man.
right.
That's my man. It's good to hear his voice. He
Yes,
sounds
been a
well.
minute.
So that was very nice of him to give us a call. And we're going to take a quick break, folks. We're going to come back with the great Jamal Murphy, co-host of Bros Pod. He's going to give us his insight on the the NBA playoffs. I was about to say WNBA because I meant to say WBKS1.com. Ghost, what's the update on the game?
Yankees 3, Boston 2, bottom of the 8th.
All right.
Could have been more.
We'll go with that. What else you got?
It could have been more, but I don't know why they had the bases loaded in to the bottom of the 7th.
Okay.
Judge hit a single and they tried to send 2 runners home at the time, and then Torres got thrown out at home.
All right.
So, but they're up 3-2.
What's up with the Rockets game?
Stanton's on third. Rockets game right now is it's over. Rockets 112, Jazz 102.
Oh, and that takes the Jazz
Chris
out,
Paul
right?
Monster game. Yes, Jazz done. The series is over. The Rockets won 4-1. Dang, Chris Paul had 41.7 rebounds and 10 assists.
And you said the Rockets don't have another score. We'll talk about that and a whole bunch more when we come back on
need 4
In the Game, WBKS1.com. Welcome back, WBKS1.com. You are in the game. I am your host, O-Dog. To my right, she is.
Coach V.
To my left, he is.
Short Fuse, a.k.a. the Ghost.
We are talking sports here. Oh, boy, hold on. I got to mute this. There we go. All right. Folks, we got the great Jamal Murphy coming up in about 5 minutes, 4 minutes and counting. Hopefully, let me just make sure I don't have any text messages that say he's not calling.
How do you get two runners thrown out at home plate?
Strong arms?
Nah, I just think sometimes you gotta.
I don't know. How do you?
They didn't make bad
Is that a
base
joke?
running
How do you
decisions.
get
I
two
don't know.
runners thrown out at third base, Ghost?
At home plate, not
At
third.
home plate. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, bad base running. There's a lot of ways, I suppose. You know?
Stanton just got thrown out. I think he probably was going on contact. I wish I had the game on, but I couldn't see it.
Yeah, probably.
And they might have had the infield in, and he just went. Who knows? But Derek Jeter never got thrown out.
Never got thrown out once.
No, not advancing the base. I mean, I don't think he ever did.
I believe you. I'm with you, player.
Derek Jeter's the greatest one ever, man. We're not going to handle no Derek Jeter.
No,
slander.
we are not. No Derek Jeter slander here.
There are 4 people we will not slander on BKS1.
Talk to me. Who we got?
Boogie
Cousins?
Yes.
Boogie. Okay.
Allen Iverson.
Okay.
Latrell Sprewell.
Okay.
And Derek Jeter.
All right, I'm with you on that. I mean, I'm not so much the Allen Iverson guy that you are. I mean, Iverson was really, I guess he came on after my time. Like, I'm more of a Magic, Bird era, Jordan. The rest of it, I kind of lost.
That was my time, too. I liked them.
Right, but Iverson never did. What did Iverson mean to you as a cultural phenomenon? Because he didn't really mean that much to me. I was just like, yeah, whatever.
Iverson came from basically nothing. He
True.
was a little man. He
True.
carried his high school team in 2 different sports. He went to Georgetown, which I love more because I was a Georgetown fan. He carried them.
And I don't know
he came
how
to
he
Philly
got there.
and put the team on his back.
You know how he got there? His grandmother begged John Thompson to take him.
And she did, and he was the only one that, because everybody else withdrew their offers from that bowling alley fight.
Right, exactly.
That they made a lot bigger than what it really was.
Right. Did you see that one? ESPN did one about the bowling alley fight and how they blew it out.
Then he had a special on Showtime too.
Yeah.
That they talked about it, and you looked at it, and you said, "Wow, this was just basically a railroad." And he was the name. He was the big name, and you're in Virginia.
Absolutely.
And then
so you got the social aspects of it. And speaking of social aspects, I want to talk to you about something that's going on in society right now. Donald Glover is big. He hosted Saturday Night Live last Saturday. He's released, at the time he's hosting it, I'm going to be honest with you. And see, this is when start knowing you're getting older, at least for me, because I'm like, who's this dude? And I work right across the street from Rockefeller Center.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever it's live, I know that Saturday Night Live is going to be live because they have standby tickets that they'll give to people. And people literally will stay out overnight on a Friday night. They give the tickets out at, I believe, 7 a.m. And they stay out overnight. They camp out on the sidewalk. They have barricades and everything. Yes. And I'm talking about a lot of people. I would say at least 100 to 150 people.
So they don't film Saturday Night Live every night live. They do it, and they do film multiples in a row, and then
I guess I don't know how they do it.
So they be lying?
No. I don't know how they do it, but I know when it's live. I know it, and there's not people everywhere. Or maybe it's just some weeks they don't have standby tickets. Maybe some weeks they announce.
Okay, we have
I don't know.
Okay.
Right, we're gonna have standby tickets because not every week on a Friday do you see people camping out.
Right,
and I mean you see it's a lot of college kids, so you get it.
Right.
But when I walked by the signs, I thought it said Danny Glover was hosting in this Childish Gambino because I've never heard of Childish Gambino because I'm old.
Well, I didn't hear about him till today, but I know of Donald Glover.
You see, I never knew either of them. So I watched. I tried to understand either of them, which is the same person, right? I don't know. Either of them, neither of them. No, I didn't know the guy.
Funny.
But anyway, the guy he comes on, and I'm watching him. I don't know who he is. I didn't know how talented he was. I'm just not plugged into pop culture like that. But he's a very talented young man. Apparently, he produces a show called Atlanta Ghost. You were saying?
Yeah, Atlanta.
Yeah,
and stars in that. He also sings, dances. Now, the opening monologue I watched on YouTube, and he said, I just want to remind people that I auditioned for Saturday Night Live, and I didn't get it. Now, think about that.
Keep him honest.
You know what you might see? I just looked it up.
What's that?
It says standby tickets are distributed at 7 a.m. on 48.
Yes.
Outside of Rockefeller Plaza on the mornings of the show.
Yep.
You may choose a standby ticket for either the 8 p.m. dress rehearsal or the 11:30 p.m. live broadcast.
Okay.
So you might see him for.
Okay. I mean, they're just people standing on the street.
Right.
I mean, some of them look better than others, but, they're out there overnight. When it's good weather, it's good. But if people stand out there in the rain, I mean, people have air mattresses, kids out there with shoes off. I mean, they, like, seriously camping out.
Really
but anyway.
that serious?
Yeah, it's they're that serious. But anyway, the point of my story is this is Donald Glover. And his This Is America video. Coach V, you just watched it. What's your initial thought of the This Is America video?
Well, first of all, I like the song.
Okay.
Nice beat. If I'm going strictly on like lyrical content, I know I need to watch it again to really hear it and process it. But the only real clear thing I got is This Is America.
Right.
And then it took me to a place of like Migos and all that designer mumble rap. I'm like, speak up, please.
That's the sign of your age.
No, I mean, I guess you could say it's a sign of my age. Hold on, I guess you could say it's a sign of my age, but I love Sirius.
Hang on, Murph. We'll get to you, brother. Hang on for a second.
I love Sirius, and I listen to Backspin. And when I hear, and these are songs that are older, but some of them are a little bit older than me, but when I hear them again and I hear the lyrics, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, yo, this song, right? This is like lyrical content.
Okay.
That I don't get.
Okay. Hey, caller, state your name. Where you calling from? Is this our guest?
This is Murph, baby.
This is the great Jamal Murphy.
Welcome to the show.
Hold on, let me give it the proper intro. Hold on, let me give it the 5. The great Jamal Murphy, a.k.a. the host of Bros Pod, with Bill Roden on sports. Check him out, SoundCloud, iTunes, wherever you get your podcast. Podcast Addict is where I get mine. So check him out. What's up, Murph? How you doing tonight?
I'm chilling, man. Just watching some NBA playoffs. You know how it goes.
All right. Well, we brought you in for your NBA expertise. I was telling the people you cover the Knicks, you cover the Nets, and you're plugged into college basketball and all of that. But I want to first ask you the question because we were talking a little bit about Childish Gambino and Donald Glover. What's your? Because I said, look, I hadn't heard of him,
and it's one person.
Well, yeah, but. See,
you've never heard of him at all?
Murph, I'm gonna be honest with you. Before Saturday Night Live, I never heard either name in my life. All I do is listen to sports radio all day, every day. That's what I do. I watched Saturday Night Live, and I was like, okay, who's this guy? And I thought it was Danny Glover hosting. I was like, that ain't Danny Glover. I thought Danny Glover was
ago.
He's had good music out for the past couple of years. He's a good artist.
What's your thoughts on this video that just came out? The This Is America video that seems to be taking social media by storm. Everybody has an opinion. What's your opinion on it?
I think it's hot. I think it's crazy. Timely with what's going on in America. Basically, he's saying, this is America. Let me dance crazy while everybody else is getting shot up. All kind of crazy shit happening, but nobody's paying attention. Excuse my language.
No worries.
But I love it. I think it's genius.
Now, when I first saw Ghost, I'm gonna go to you after that. Let me. What's your thoughts on This Is America, the video?
Yeah, I guess me.
Yeah.
I think it's a great video. I mean, you have to watch it more than once to catch everything going on because you'll focus on what he's doing.
Yes.
And you won't see everything that's happening in the background. Because like you said, it's basically a microcosm of what's going on is that they'll distract you with entertaining nonsense, but behind you have people dying all
getting
these
shot.
Police societal issues
right.
that's going on that you're just not even paying attention to because I'm just paying attention to somebody who's in good designer clothes,
dancing,
who's entertaining me, who's dancing, who's funny.
And see, I'm glad that you just watched it for the first time because now you have the benefit of seeing it. And see, I watched it, and I also watched 3 videos explaining it to me, and then I rewatched it so that I could say, oh, okay, I see what's going on there. There's a lot of symbolism, a lot of... Go ahead, Ghost.
It actually made me pick up a book called Behold a Pale Horse. Because in the video, it's about the government and things that they're trying to do in an institute to change society. I got to start reading it, but I picked it up because one of the
pale
things
horse
in the video,
background.
the guy, it was death
with
riding
the pale horse, right.
and then the cop car driving behind it.
Right. And
so
there's
then somebody brought that up and they said, "Oh, it was part of this book." And I was like, "Oh wow, I need to pick this book up because I want to read it because I haven't. That's the first time I really heard of the book." And the author, I think they said he was a Navy SEAL or something in the military, and he started exposing things that the government was doing, and he ended up getting killed. So it's a whole big thing about that. But the video is deep, so watch it more than once.
Yeah, and we were talking about that. I think it's an interesting video. I found it very entertaining, very interesting, somewhat disturbing. There's some parts in there where I'm like, whoa, when I first watched it the first time, that opening scene is rough.
And the guy playing the guitar in the opening scene is Trayvon Martin's father.
Which I did not know, and that sort of blew me away too. And no pun intended. Seriously, no, I mean seriously, no, that was bad choice of words. My apologies. That sort of shocked me, I should say. I was like, wow, I didn't know that until Ghost just told me 5 seconds before we came back on air. But yeah, it's an interesting phenomenon because, like you said, it's talking about the fact that entertainment and social media distracts us from some real world issues. But
it's part of the master plan.
But that's not all bad because let's say, look, there's a time and place for everything. There's a time to be serious. There's a time to have fun. There's a time to party. There's a time for funeral. There's a time and a place for everything. And now is the time for us to get the J Murph's insight on the NBA playoffs. Murph, talk to me about LeBron James. That's where we're starting with all the NBA playoff talk. LeBron James sweeps the Toronto Raptor and takes him out of the playoffs another year. Talk to me about LeBron.
There's some house cleaning.
You're talking about LeBronto?
Yes, LeBronto. The LeBrontosaurus.
Yeah, LeBrontosaurus. Yeah, I mean, impressive. It's even more than I thought he could do or would do. I thought Toronto, I kind of bought into the hype a little bit about this being a different Toronto team that was going to perform in the playoffs. And, I could understand losing to Cleveland, but being swept, LeBron put up numbers, points, rebounds, and assists that were pretty much equal to what Lowry and DeRozan did combined. So that tells you what kind of series he had and also what kind of series they had. But I mean, LeBron's the real deal. I mean, he's one of the top, what I would say, five, six players ever to play the game. And he's really coming through now. He's showing you his worth. And I thought originally coming into the playoffs that Cleveland was the team that they would get to the finals because of LeBron. But after watching Indiana, I hedged my bet, and I said it's basically wide open. And any of these teams could do it. But now I think I'm leaning back towards LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, I never really gave Toronto any serious consideration because of LeBron. I told people in California when I was out there doing a show, I said, look, LeBron's going to be in the NBA Finals. Mark my words. You can go back and read the tape. You can listen to the tape. It's on SoundCloud, iTunes, whatever it is. I never had any doubt. I believe I'm a LeBron supporter. I believe in his talent, and I believe when he's ready to take over a game, he can do that. And there's nobody on Toronto that can stop him.
There's not many people on any team that's going to stop LeBron.
Right.
And if he's hitting his jump shot and you got to actually play him out on the perimeter, and then you got to worry about him driving past you or he could post you up. If he's on his game, the only person who's going to beat LeBron is LeBron, and that's you just foul him, put him at the line because he's a terrible free throw shooter.
What was that, game 3 where he was shooting all those fadeaways?
Yeah.
I mean, that was a ridiculous performance.
If you're making those, what do you do with them?
Nothing. You can't. And last night he hit another fadeaway. He shot it from the baseline over the backboard. Yeah. Did you see that shot, Murph?
Right.
I mean,
that's how comfortable he is also against Toronto. I mean, it wasn't that easy for him against Indiana when Indiana could at least put Lance Stevenson on him, a couple other guys. This is Toronto. He had no fear. Nobody on Toronto was bothering him at all. He had complete confidence, all kind of fadeaways. That's not really his game, but he showed he could do it, and especially when he's feeling 100% confident like that.
I just felt like he was playing horse with himself. Like he was just out there saying, let me see if I can make this shot. Oh, I made that one. I'll try this shot. Oh, I made that one too. It just felt like a game of horse in his driveway by himself. Let's talk about the Toronto Raptors now. What do they do, Murph?
I don't know. They're in a tough position. They've been in a tough position for a couple of years. We all knew as fans that they needed more than what they had. That Lowry and DeRozan alone is not going to do it for you as far as being real championship contenders. And they can't even win a game against a Cleveland team that probably is less talented than they have been in a couple of years. So, but they're still in a tough spot because they just signed Lowry to that huge contract. He played terribly. And nobody would take that contract off of their hands now. So they're going to have to get creative and, try to move up in the draft, maybe get a free agent to go out there. I don't know why it still seems as if free agents don't want to go out and play in Toronto,
Taxes?
even though it's a great city. I mean,
taxes though.
The women out there are ridiculous.
Taxes.
That's all I gotta say.
Taxes.
Yeah, the money don't add up the same.
They tax you at I think 50 or close to 50% rate. I've heard.
Yeah, it's crazy because then you're paying taxes for Canada, then you got to come to and you're paying taxes in every state you're playing in America. You're getting taxed hard.
Taxed.
I'm not going. Now, Murph, we talked about this earlier, and I want to get your insight. If you could pick one team to play for, or even two, if you had your choice, I'll give you three because it's tough to narrow it down to one or two. Give me the three teams that you would want to play for right now, or the three teams that you absolutely would not want to play for right now.
You mean as a star player?
Yes, you're the star. Your contract's coming up. You say, I'm your agent. You say, I want to go here next year. Here are my three options, but I ain't going here. Here's the three places I'm not going.
Wow. I mean, that's tough. Obviously, Golden State, you got to love what they're doing. I wouldn't mind adding, and if I was a star and they had room for me, I would go there. But also, I like big cities. So I hate to say it, but I'm a New Yorker. If I was from New York, it'd be my dream to play for the Knicks, even though it would probably ruin my career. But I would still try to, I still want to do it and think that wouldn't happen. So I have to say the Knicks, the Lakers. I think they still have that appeal and that draw. But I think it's those four teams.
Now, who would you not want to play with?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Who would you not want to play for?
Who would I not want to play for? Oh wow, let me think. Who would I not want to play for?
Because I'm not playing for the Nets. I'm telling you right now.
Milwaukee.
Even with the Greek Freak.
Especially now, who's their coach? I don't
Quinn
trust
Snyder.
The organization. They let kids go for no reason. It seemed like
coaches Utah.
Oh, he coaches Utah. My bad.
I agree with you. Who going to Milwaukee in the winter?
Yeah, exactly. Also, I'm thinking about the cities themselves too.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, I'm not playing in Milwaukee either. I'm not going to say I'm going to Milwaukee. I'm just saying you got the Greek Freak. You got some up-and-coming stars in
Cleveland
Middleton.
Ain't that great of a city either, but you're playing with
Cleveland
LeBron.
is a good city.
Okay.
There's a lot there. Yeah,
Have you been
there's a lot to do. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, for one.
Yeah, that's about it. I've been to Cleveland, and I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
You're the only one I've ever heard. I've ever heard who said Cleveland got a lot going on.
Let me tell you something. I drove. No disrespect.
They said it was the perfect place for J.R. Smith to go because there's not much for him to do.
Have you ever watched First 48, the television show?
Yeah.
Cleveland's always on there.
Yeah.
Cleveland's always on there.
Detroit is always
Memphis.
on there.
Memphis, the hot ham's always on there.
Louisville.
Louisville's always on there.
I'll go play for the Heat.
The Heat. Now, Murph, I know you, bro. You got on the Heat. As your agent, I'm not letting you go to the Heat. I'm not letting you go to the Heat. And you and I both know why. We'll keep that between us.
Yeah, there's too much going on. Maybe.
Too much going on down there. You talk about your career being over in New York. You go down to Miami, you'll really be over. All right, let's talk.
You're right. I appreciate that.
As your agent, I wouldn't let you do it now. But let's talk about the Houston Rockets have advanced. They look like they're on a collision course with the Golden State Warriors. Who you got in the Golden State Houston series, and how many games?
Wow. I've been saying it all year. Obviously, everybody thinks that this is going to be a matchup. It looks like it is going to be. These are the two best teams in the NBA all year. And I just think it comes down to simple math. Golden State has 4 all NBA caliber guys. Houston has 2, and that's it. I just think Houston won't have enough to deal with Golden State. Golden State just has too many weapons. I'm going to go Golden State in 6.
That seems to be the consensus. I'm going to go Golden State in 6 as well. Now, we're going to shift gears and talk about some other stuff that are not sports related because I came up with some articles that just pop culture. We're doing a little sports pop culture show. I heard about a man, Ghost. This guy had a 893 quadrillion to 1 chance for these events to happen. He was bitten by a shark, mauled by a bear, and bitten by a snake, Coach V.
You need to stay inside.
Is that my coworker?
In the same day?
Not in the same day, but within a 3-year period.
You know what? It wouldn't shock me because I have a coworker, right?
Mm-hmm.
We always say when him and his wife, he's older than they always going on these excursions. They go always on vacation, and I would be like, Ron, just stay in the hotel because he's been places. He's been stung by jellyfish. He's been bit by a monkey. He's been attacked by a dolphin. Like there are some people who these things just happen to.
Yeah, this is a 20-year-old. His name is Dylan McWilliams.
Oh, well, at least my coworker's in his 60s.
Yeah, this dude is 20 years old. And this all happened in like a 3-year time frame.
Yeah, just stay home.
I'm with Coach V. You need to stay your ass in the house. Just sit down and lock the door.
Stop being a nature man. Move to the inner city.
But then he'll
get you an Xbox.
He'll probably get shot
and just become mad,
stabbed, and run over.
Just play Madden.
I mean, he's obviously looking for trouble. That's it has to be that. It's like if you're in the hood, most of the people who get shot, they were involved in the trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's out in the woods,
straight bullet. But usually, if you don't look for trouble, you don't get it. So I'm gonna bet it's his fault.
He out there poking the bear.
Yeah, he's literally.
And the bear was like, "Nope."
No, there was another story I heard. There was a guy that. What's up, Ghost?
Matt Harvey. I'm just reading. I hate to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Matt Harvey signed with. He got traded, I guess, to the Cincinnati Reds.
Well, they designated him for assignment.
Then they ended up. They traded him.
Don't bring him my Mets.
The Reds acquired him for a catcher and somebody else. So
right.
I guess he designated for assignment, and then if they could work out a trade, then they trade him. If not, then they were going to end up releasing him.
Okay.
This writer says Matt Harvey is getting another chance. This time with a historically bad team in the city that will have far fewer late night temptations. If I'm Cincinnati, I'm like, why are you calling me historically bad?
Because they are.
Well, not really.
They've had the big red machine.
More years winning than the Mets.
That's true.
And no disrespect.
I'm not sure. Is that true? Is that true? We got to check on that.
They had the big red machine.
We could check on it, but I think they did.
Yeah, but how many they won? How many World Series they won back then?
At least 3 or 4.
Right, one more than the Mets.
How many Mets got?
I give them 2.
How many the Mets got?
The Mets had 69, 86. So they got 2.
69. I forgot that, but that was before I was born, so I don't really remember that.
So what's the big red machine? You was watching the big red machine?
No, but I heard about it. The 69 Mets was sort of a fluke. No, the 69 Mets are like when the Jets won the Super Bowl. In Super Bowl, what was it, 2?
Cincinnati Reds got 5.
You heard about that? You heard about that? Name it.
Yeah, because it's a fluke. It's a one-off.
Cincinnati Reds got 5 world championships. And we going
Okay, I take it back.
Boom.
Yeah, 1919, 1940, 75, 76. Hey, I'm just going through, I'm reading the list. 1919, 1940, 1975, 1976, and 1990.
Boom.
All right. Yeah, a legit 3.